Hi friends, I am Satish Rawal and I am going to teach you the difference between compound sentences and complex sentences. Okay, first I would like to tell you what a compound sentence is, right? A compound sentence normally is a sentence when there are more than one clause. A single clause sentence cannot be called compound sentence, right? Here you have to note each clause is of equal importance. In compound sentence, suppose there are 3 clauses or 2 clauses, all are equal importance, and equal importance means they do not depend on each other. For example, I have written a sentence here: I went to the shop and then I went home for lunch. I repeat my sentence here: I went to the shop and then I went home for lunch. You see, there are 2 clauses. I went to the shop, one clause, then I went home for lunch. Here, if you speak these sentences separately, tell these sentences separately, there will be no difference in the meaning. I went to the shop, full stop, that means one sentence is over, and then I went home for lunch, another sentence. This shows both these clauses are of equal importance, and this simplicity, because of this simplicity, this is called compound sentence. Now let me move to complex sentence. It has at least one main clause, and then it is more important than other clauses in the sentence. I made a sentence here. The policeman broke down the door because it was locked. Here you see in this sentence how it is different from this compound sentence. In this sentence, the policeman broke down the door because it was locked. The main clause comes first, then comes the subordinate clause, right? There will be always in complex sentences a main clause and subordinate clause or coordinate clauses. So these things you have to keep in mind. But grammar rule is this also: you can use subordinate clause first, then main clause also. In second sentence, you see, the first sentence I mentioned the policeman broke down the door because it was locked. Okay, in this second sentence I have written when the door was open, the police searched the house, right? Here you are starting, first you are writing subordinate clause, then you are writing main clause. So the clauses may change its place in complex sentences. That's not a big problem, that you have to keep in mind. When the door was open, the police searched the house. Okay, now I'm moving to a sentence that is a bit longer, but you will understand what a complex sentence is. That's very easy to understand. I have divided a sentence into 5 parts: A, B, C, D, E, right? But this sentence starts here and ends here. But this is a pure complex sentence example. You will understand what is a complex sentence, right? I have written here, first I read all this from here to here. Courtesy is a universal concept which takes many forms in different parts of the world depending on the particular local history and demography, and is constantly being adapted to absorb new influences on the culture. This is the sentence actually. This is called pure complex sentence. But look how all these things have been named. I have named all these sentences, right? Courtesy is a universal concept. This much sentence is a main clause, right, which takes many forms in different parts of the world. That is subordinate clause, right? And this subordinate clause dependent on A. That means this clause is depending on A part, right? Then I have written depending on the particular local history and demography. This participle phrase, this is a participle phrase, this depends on B, this part of the sentence. The next one is D, and is constantly being adapted. That is a coordinate clause. This is to be noted here. Then in complex sentence also, we can use a coordinate clause. Coordinate clause basically has its own importance, means if you separate that thing from a sentence, it's not going to lose its value or its importance. That's why it's known coordinate clause, right? So you can also say a compound sentence has coordinate clauses, coordinate clauses, right? Because of its nature, it's known as coordinate clauses. It's not dependent clauses or subordinate clause, it's called coordinate. So here in this D part of the sentence, is and is constantly being adapted, it's coordinate clause. Then E is to absorb new influences on the culture. The last one, E, absorb new influences on the culture. This is infinitive clause, right? Because of its nature, to absorb, it's an infinitive clause and it is depending on D, this part. So see how a part of a sentence is depending on other part. That means there is one main clause in a complex sentence, there is one main clause and all other clauses will depend on each other. So this is how the sentence is being made. So see, it starts from here. Courtesy is a universal concept which takes many forms in different parts of the world depending on the particular local history and demography, and it's constantly being adapted to absorb new influences on the culture. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, right? Please try to make some example sentences in the comment box so that I can judge that whether you are learning this or not. Otherwise, I'll try some other method to teach you. Thanks for watching this. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, my friend, if you have already subscribed. Thank you.